All right, let's talk about something that I think a lot of us are starting to feel. It's this growing frustration, right? This feeling that AI is being relentlessly pushed into every single corner of our digital lives, whether we asked for it or not. I mean, really, think about it for a second. Have you opened up one of your favorite apps lately only to find some new, shiny AI feature that you definitely... And that really gets to the heart of it. This whole thing, it doesn't feel like a helpful upgrade that's designed to make our lives easier or better. No, it feels way more aggressive than that. It feels like we're being force-fed an upgrade we're not even sure we want to swallow. So what's the deal? Why the sudden frantic rush? Let's dig into why it feels like AI is being shoved down our throats. Well, first off, you just have to look around. It's literally everywhere. It's in your search bar. It's getting baked right into the operating systems on your phone and computer. It's popping up in all the creative tools we use. It's gotten to the point where it's pretty much unavoidable. Okay, and that leads to the big question, right? Is all of this happening so fast because it's genuinely useful for us, the users? Or is there something else going on? What's the real motivation here? So let's break this down into two key ideas: utility versus liquidity. Utility is simple. Does this thing actually help you do something better or faster? Is it useful? Liquidity, well, that's a whole different ballgame. That's all about making a ton of money for investors and making it fast. And the core argument here is that this massive AI push we're seeing, it feels a whole lot more about liquidity than utility. I mean, this quote really doesn't pull any punches, does it? The idea is that this crazy urgency isn't about making our experience better. It's about cashing in on a gigantic financial bet before the hype train runs out of steam. And what's the response from us, the users, to all that pressure? Well, it's pretty simple and pretty powerful. We don't owe them a thing. Just because some company spent billions on a new technology doesn't mean we're somehow obligated to use it and make their investment pay off for them. Which brings us to our next big point. You could say the honeymoon phase with AI is, well, it's pretty much over. That initial wow factor is starting to wear off, and now we're all getting a much clearer, maybe more sober look at what this technology can and can't do right now. Yeah, we're all becoming way too familiar with these terms, aren't we? You've got the hallucinations, which is just a fancy way of saying the AI completely makes stuff up. You've got the straight-up errors, and then there's just this general feeling of hype fatigue. We're getting a little tired of the promises not quite matching the reality. And honestly, this quote just hits the nail on the head. Forget all the talk about creating some kind of all-knowing digital god. Most of us aren't asking for that at all. What do we want? We just want software that actually works. That's it. Simple, reliable tools. Okay, so if the current approach is basically force-feeding us AI, is there a better way? What's the alternative? Well, the argument is for something much more patient, more organic, and most importantly, focused on us, the user. And this path forward looks totally different. Step 1, adopt this stuff slowly, one little piece at a time. Don't throw the whole kitchen sink at us. Step 2, let us pick what actually works and integrate that. If a feature isn't ready for prime time, guess what? Back to the lab it goes. And this last one is so important. Work with creative people, not against them. All right, so where does all of this leave us? It brings us right back to the most important person in this whole equation, you. Ultimately, the real power, the power to choose, rests with the user. You can almost hear the panic in the boardrooms, right? But we bought all these GPUs. We spent billions and billions on infrastructure. We have to put it to work. There's this massive pressure to justify all that spending by just pushing products out the door, whether they're actually ready or not. And the response to that? It's blunt, it's simple, and it's perfect. Not my problem. Look, a company making a bad bet or a poor investment, that is not the customer's problem to fix. And that's such a powerful reminder of where the real power is. At the end of the day, this all comes down to a really fundamental principle of how this whole system is supposed to work. We, the users, decide what has value. It's that simple. I will use what creates value for me, and I will not buy or use anything that is of no use to me. That choice, that's what drives everything. So, I'll leave you with this question to think about. In the middle of this massive, frantic AI gold rush, is it possible that our most powerful tool, our most important vote, is simply our attention? Where we choose to look, what we choose to use, and what we choose to pay for. That might just be the thing that decides the entire future of this technology.